Hello everyone. Let's make one more video and talk about some news that are making headlines in Russian media outlets for this moment. Today is 14th of December, almost 10:30 in the morning by Moscow time. And I'm Levan Gudadze, former journalist and host of this little channel. So yeah, let's begin, man. First of all, I'll give you information about situation that are developing right now, this moment, in Kiev, that's capital of Ukraine. As I understand, some drone or missile strikes are on the way. Zelensky's Nazi regime did made statement that they already shut down 13 projectiles. So in few hours time we will have more information, but we can probably guess that target this time, as usual, will be target of those missiles or drones will be some energo infrastructure, or let's say logistics infrastructure. I'm sorry. As you know, I got cold and I don't really feel that well, but it's okay. I mean, in a few days time I'll be all right. So yes, that's a situation that are developing right now. Kiev is under missile strikes or drone strikes. I mean, this information needs we will have more information in a few hours time probably. I did saw pictures of Giran 2, I mean fragments of Giran 2 kamikaze drone, and probably it's a drone strike on Kiev, but Russian side can launch like cruise missiles too. So let's wait and see. What else, man? Before we go through news that are making headlines right now in Russian media outlets, I like to say a few words about yesterday's news when press speaker of the Russian president Dmitry Peskov made some interesting statements. And the first one is that he denied that Kremlin is even considering to withdraw its forces from Ukraine. Second statement he made is that he denied that on 27th of December Putin will give his deliver his speech to a National Assembly. That's usual. That's what usually happens towards end of the year. Putin does give these big speeches, and he also said that there will be no traditional press conference from Putin this year. I mean, what can I say, man? People don't really care about that press conference, in my understanding. There's enough Putin on Russian propaganda channels every day anyway. But as I see this picture, I mean, society is waiting for Putin's speech before National Assembly, because as you know, I did mention this in my previous videos. There are some rumors in Russia that Putin may declare yet another wave of mobilization on his speech. So let's wait and see. Even though Putin himself, like 3 or 4 times for the last 2 weeks, denied that he's planning mobilization, next wave of mobilization, society still. It looks like society still wait. Has some questions. Otherwise, there will be no need for Putin to talk about this subject or this topic so many times. And when it comes to withdrawal of Russian forces, this statement also can be attributed to rumors that before end of this year, or in, let's say, next few weeks, I mean in near future, Moscow will withdraw its forces from Zaporozhye nuclear power plant and city of Energodar. I did talk about this possibility like a few weeks ago, maybe more, and it seems like now this, more and more people are asking questions about that kind of possibility, because of, as you know, head of International Atomic Agency did made statements that they have some talks with Moscow about withdrawal of Russian heavy weaponry from a nuclear power plant, even though there is no heavy weaponry on the plant itself, on that territory. There may be some vehicles to carry personal security guards, but there are no tanks and no artillery there. So, I mean, it's it's very strange statement that this head of IAEA did made. If and whenever you are talking about some weapons, these weapons are not alone there. There are some personnel that are using it. So if you are withdrawing, let's say, personal carriers, armored personal carriers, then personnel is withdrawing too, isn't it? So there are some questions about it, and even though, moreover, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, even Macron did, French president did made a similar statement, and he said that there are some talks with Moscow about withdrawal of Russian weapons from Zaporozhye nuclear power plant. So because of these statements, Kremlin probably did, that's why probably Kremlin did made statement that Russia not planning, or Moscow not planning to withdraw from anywhere. But yet again, time will tell. Do I have trust in Russian political or military leadership? No, I don't. They did not deserve trust or respect. So, that's me. That's my opinion. Someone else may have some different opinion, but when it comes to situation in zone of special military operation, I did made several videos about my predictions, and I did talk about possibilities that Western elites with active use of their assets in Russian political and military leadership will continue to sabotage special military operation, so much so that Russian side may withdraw not just from Zaporozhye nuclear power plant and the city of Energodar, but from Melitopol and Berdyansk too. It's obvious for me that West has a strong grab on Russian elite, and they can basically do anything they want. It seems like they're just giving orders to Moscow what to do and how to do it or when, because let's be honest. Moscow is acting very strange, irrational. I mean, from Russian point of view, because I don't see Russian interests in Kremlin's policies. I mean, but anyway, I do understand that some of you guys are upset that I'm critical of Russian political and military leadership, because it seems like you see these guys as some kind of last stronghold against these globalist neoliberal fascists that are running or ruining simultaneously Western world and trying to do so in the rest of the world too. But in my understanding, Russian political and military leaders, or Russian elite as a whole, not is just part of this global elite, and they are dependent on Western elites that are on top of this pyramid, if you want to, if I may say like that. So they are subordinates, in my understanding, of Western elites, and they are part of these globalist animals that are obviously ruining human civilization, and that's just the beginning. I mean, these neoliberal fascists, I mean, they will probably provoke Third World War to in sometime in future, just to consolidate their power. They will destroy every country in this world if they need to, just because they want to consolidate their power and run this world without any opposition. And so in my understanding, you guys are mistaken if you think that Putin and his associates are in opposition to a Western elite. They may play that kind of role, but if you take their policies, what they are doing in reality, I mean, in my understanding, they are just part of this Western neoliberal elite. They are just subordinates of them, But yet again, I can be wrong. I don't know, man. That's my opinion. So yeah, that's been said. To be honest, I'm waiting for Putin's speech. I'm waiting when Putin gonna deliver his speech before National Assembly, because I do think that he may still give orders to start the next wave of mobilization. And if he don't give that kind of order, that's because this system, this heavily corrupt system, was unable to conduct properly previous wave of mobilization. And even nowadays, I mean, you see videos on YouTube, on Telegram channel, about Russian units that are, in no shape to go to front line. They have no necessary kit. They have no necessary weapons. They have no necessary training. Many of them, I'm not gonna say in ultimate forms that all of them. No, but we are seeing videos where one unit there, and there, and I mean, it's just, it's shame. It's shameful what is happening, and that's because all those on paper Russia did have anything in storage facilities, but in reality these storage facilities were empty because stuff was sold on black market, or uh, never even bought. Even those generals that are were in charge of that facilities or that projects to buy some weapons or equipment, they may just sign papers that they did it and then use money for for themselves, because storage facilities are either empty or full of some crap from like 50s and 60s, man. You know, and that's reality. I mean, we are living, and maybe we're not gonna see next wave of mobilization, just because I mean these kind of problems, man. They can mobilize yet another 300,000 people or 500,000, but at least they have to give them, I mean, something, man. They cannot go on front line in civilian clothes, man. And with baseball bats. They need some equipment and weapons, And some mobilized soldiers did not receive even socks, for God's sake, man. They have to buy for themselves socks, That's how bad situation was and is in some occasions, So it is what it is, man. Okay, let's go now and check some media outlets. Let's see what kind of news are making headlines in Russia today. Here we have information about this drone or missile strike on Kiev. Here, Mayor of Kiev, Klitschko, said that there were some explosions in Shevchenko district of Kiev. And that's industrial part of the city. So probably under fire may become some I don't know, maybe some factories that are producing some weapons. I mean, who knows? As I said, man, in a few hours' time, we will probably have more details about this strike. Let's see, man. I mean, that's new information. Oh, come on, man. This is TASS news agency, and one of some source in Kremlin did say to TASS that that Putin's speech to a federal assembly may be not conducted in this year, but in the next year. I will just translate this in sentence entirely. That's interesting. I mean, as I said, man, what he gonna talk about? I mean, how many times he gonna say that? Oh, everything is going according to plan, man, and even his strong supporters are starting asking questions. What kind of plans do you have? I mean, if this is the plan, I mean, what you want to do? I mean, you want to destroy Russia or what? The message of Russian President Vladimir Putin to the Federal Assembly of the Russian Federation may take place as early as 2023, This was reported to TASS on Wednesday by source in Parliament. Yeah, okay, not in Kremlin, but in Parliament. So that's quite what's quite interesting. As I said, man, I don't see no reason Putin to be Russian president. I mean, right now, I mean, he and his government and entire this so-called elite, man, must be changed, man. I mean, they should go, man. They are destroying Russia, man. I mean, they're truly destroying Russia. Just look at what is happening in Azerbaijan right now. As you know, Russia sent some peacekeepers there to stop fighting between Azerbaijan and Armenia, and these days, I mean, like yesterday or day before, some Azerbaijanis are just harassing Russian soldiers, Russian peacekeepers. I mean, openly harassing them. And what that means? That means that, and of course, that's been done by green light from Baku. I mean, or from president of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev. You know, this Ilham Aliyev is, let's say, subordinate to Turkish president of Turkey, Tayyip Erdogan. You know, but still, man, I mean, this. I mean, it's incredible, man. They lost. They don't scare no more, man. Russia. They don't see Russia as a power anyway, you know, because of Putin and his associates, you know, because what they did to Russia. You know, in the world stage, Russia, I mean, has lost its place, man, you know, because they don't see Russia no more as some kind of force, strong force, you know. And even small countries like Azerbaijan now are acting like I don't know, man. Like they don't even care what Russia may do or may not. They are openly harassing Russian peacekeepers, man. I mean, it's crazy, you know. That's why I'm saying, man. I mean, I do worry that if we're not gonna see changes in Russian political leadership, political and military leadership, in Russian leadership as a whole, if we don't see change of elites and real fight against corruption and corrupt individuals, Russia may just not survive, man. That's how bad situation is, man. You know, Russia just may not survive because these corrupt animals, they are destroying Russia from within, you know. And that's a fact. That's true. You know. It is what it is, man. You know. Let's see what other news are making headlines. I already talked about this. I mean, it's not surprising. I'm not going to be surprised if Putin will not give his traditional speech this year, because, I mean, what he's going to talk about it, really? I mean, what? For God's sake, man. You know. There is no. That's main news for this morning, man, probably. Drone and missile strikes on Kiev, and this news from TASS that Putin may not deliver his speech to his traditional speech to Federal Assembly, man. During the day, we will probably have some updates, and I may do second video today, you know. But for now, probably this is it. But for now, probably this is it, man. This video is already 25 minutes, so yeah, man. Let's make it as short as possible. Have a nice day and take care.